Overloaded. Why is it overloaded? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Apparently, my encoder is overloaded. It's up to high performance. That's weird. It went away. So I can't really lean back and get comfortable with my back. It's funny. So when I first got it, did they sharpen the texture? This looks really good. Maybe I fooled around with the settings and made it look better. Well, it's not. It definitely. I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say they definitely didn't sharpen the texture, but I normally have this on, which makes it very. And like there's your normal jaggies, like there's these stairs look funny, like there's some sort of can't remember what it's called when there's like things make a funny pattern, and like there's this weird like wave or curve thing that's like moving near the bottom of the stairs. Pixels. So I should start finishing these doors because I want to get back to like actually designing. I want to like design spaceships and stuff. Getting kind of bored designing this huge tower, and then there's all the fucking shit going on. That accident I got in, and then before that, like I wasn't really kind of motivated to play. I wasn't really motivated to do anything, to be honest. Oh, it's okay. I guess I can through it. Let's go check this out. I want to see if it moves away from me. Things normally do in space. Is it outside of gravity? Like just outside or something? Yeah, look at that. Holy shit. Gonna fly away from you? Sometimes it. Not this. Oh. Probably had this already. And my base is big. I'm invulnerable, so might as well just bounce off at max speed. Oh, ow. I gotta lean back though. Body's getting tired from just sitting up straight. Yeah, well, messed up my neck somehow. I don't know if like my bike hit my neck. I hit my neck off my bike. But it is bruised. I don't. Okay, when I bruise, like, well, sometimes I get like weird, really weird. Sometimes like I'll get like an ugly bruise that you can see, and it's like it doesn't really hurt. And the other times, like now, um, my neck's all bruised, but like it feels like it's deep. So I guess you can't see it on the surface. And then there's my ankle. Like when I first like peeled myself off of the pavement, I looked at my ankle and it was like all red and shit. It looked like there's like I don't know. It looked like a bruise, like a purple reddish one. And then this morning it's like fucking normal. I was like, what? like I'm not complaining. It's just like, shouldn't it take like longer to heal? And then other parts of me have been like, it's weird. So the first thing that hurt was my ankle when I got up, and then I walked home. And I was like, yeah, it felt like my whole leg, but like I thought it was like still mostly my ankle. Then I got home, and as time went by, as I realized more and more, it was my knee. And then it got so bad when I was trying to sleep and I was moving around and stuff. It felt like it was like dislocated. It can't. It would be like swollen. I wouldn't be able to stand on it. I can stand on it. It's just like if it's weird. So if I turn, I think if I turn to the left, I'm okay. But like if I turn to the right and like I sort of like lift my leg and like swing it over to the left, my knee doesn't like that. Certain directions and angles it doesn't like, but like I can stand on it. Um, Hopefully it's not royally fucked. I got a physiotherapy appointment tomorrow, so I hope my physiotherapist won't hate me, but I have to let him know I got in an accident. Um, I don't want to put any pressure on him. Maybe it'll be like, do you think I should go to the hospital and get an x-ray? He'll probably like take my like left leg and like check the motion. Like I'll tell him when it hurts. And it's not gonna have very much motion. But normally, it probably wouldn't hurt to get an X-ray, but or whatever they would like do in a hospital. But COVID-19. I just want to check Toronto cases. Someone on Twitter was being an asshole. They're like, "You're either misinformed or you're lying." I'm just like, wow. So that's the direction this discussion is gonna go. Because he's like knocking like masks and shit, and it's like, and I was saying like, well, I found that people in Kingston they were a lot more scared at first before the masks were made mandatory, and they were keeping their distance. And I find that now that everybody's required to wear masks indoors, and a lot of people are still wearing them outdoors. People might be a lot of people still keep the 2 meter distance, but there's a lot less. Like I find like I'm in line and people are like a meter away from me. I'm like, I keep trying to like inch forward and they keep following me. It's like, excuse me. And like that even happened like at the very beginning, like when the beer store started taking returns again, because like I had to move and I had a bunch of wine bottles saved up. I kind of want some wine. It would probably help with that. I got some vodka, but it's gross. I should just drink it. I shouldn't go out for some wine. And like, if I do want some wine, I should go to the LCBO. It's a little bit cheaper. They have better selection. Wine racks. But I'm watching Iron Man. I totally forgot that they changed War Machine. They recast it, and I was reading about like why did they recast him? So apparently, I can't remember. I know the one guy's named Cheadle, the new guy. The other guy has a much more common name. I'm gonna look it up because he deserves some respect. And it's weird. I think at first I thought like he was like the original guy was like a worse actor. Like I kind of like Cheadle more, but like at the same time, the more and more I thought about it, I think the first guy would have made a more badass War Machine, and it was stupid and cheap of them to recast. So what was his name? Terrence Howard. So I was reading. Apparently, no, not apparently. For sure, he got paid the most in Iron Man 1. And apparently, he gave. What's going on over there? He gave. Oh, we got something smoking. He gave $1 million, or he took $1 million pay cut. Man, where's this steel plate? What's going on here? Not steel plate, iron bar. But anyways, yeah, he took a $1 million pay cut, and I guess like him and or Robert Downey Jr. or not Rodney. Robert Downey Jr. was apparently they were like buddies, and like he pushed hard for them to cast Robert, and um, he took a pay cut so that they would, and they considered taking a risk on him, and then the second one rolled around, and they're like, wow, like that was actually not a risk. Like it turned out really. Oh, it's always a risk, and you never know. It could have gone. It could have gone. Yes, but so they wanted him to take yet another pay cut, and they just like they're like, oh well, Robert Downey Jr. turned out really well. We're gonna pay him a lot more money. Like, like it's probably very easy for him to probably didn't even have to like push hard to get lots of money. And so the Terrence Howard or whatever his name is, he was saying, shit, where saying that Robert Downey Jr. like was like ghosting him and shit. They didn't use that term because they didn't really call it ghosting back. But he said he like tried calling Robert and like his assistant like 15 or 20 times or something in one day, and that I guess that was the day when it became apparent that like he either had to take shit for pay or they were going to recast him, and they recast him. And so like yeah, like Robert was like kind of a dick, but I guess they Robert and Terrence like they reconciled in like 3 years ago, which is awesome. But at the same time, it's like it's kind of like a stain on humanity. Like I find like the guy did a nice thing, and I wonder like it's probably like it's sad to say it, but it's probably because the guy's fucking black. They're probably like, oh, he's easy to replace, but this eccentric white guy who's does a lot of drugs, no, he ain't like, yeah, like it's just it's just so sad. I'm gonna have to move this over. I think. Shit. I thought I gave myself lots of clearance. I thought I had like a block extra. Oh, we're fine, but holy shit, that's. Whoa! What the hell? Why did it disconnect? That is really weird. Okay. This the landing. Well, it shouldn't be moving with the landing gear engaged. That's new. I've never seen that. It's gremlins, man. He's starting to rotate on me again. It was weird. They rotated in opposite directions, but That's how they're placed. So like when I had to set it up, one's like 45 degrees and one's 315. Is that 3? 45. Okay, so yeah, I have to set up some new group to it. You know what?
Fuel critical.
Use my new renaming plugin. Where can I place this? There's too much crap in here. Nowhere to play. My little antenna got rotated too. Still got the old color scheme. I like the blue. I'm gonna leave it though. Anywhere I can fit the programming. Ooh, nice. Maybe I should keep. So now edit. Browse scripts. Whips block renaming. Basically, I like all the default settings, so it's good. So we're gonna call it AFS. Is it AFS? It should be SFS. Why is it AFS? I don't even know what version I'm random one at this point. State to I think that might be all I need to rename. This should be 2. Sure. And that's all I need to do. Save. Now I can just lights and then delete that. What is this on? Why is it orange? Why is what? Okay, half of these should be yellow and half of these should be orange because they're on subgrids. Like this is a subgrid, this is a subgrid. And that corner light must be down there. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, sorry. Because, yeah, one of the buttons is on this subgrid. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that corner light wasn't on a different chip. It shouldn't be on a different chip because it's not. So now I just need to fix all my groups. Data. Press 2. Cursors. Oh crap, I gotta fix this too. Don't want to do that right now though. So, unlock. A magnet.
Fuel critical.
What is it? Oh, my lights are I want to quickly fix the lights. That was weird. So placing blocks next to my ship made it not only disconnect from shit, did I move close? Made it disconnect from the connector. It also made it move while the landing gear was engaged. That's really fucking weird. As far as I know, that's not supposed to happen. Just make sure there's clearance. Yeah, I moved a little bit, so it should be more clear. Some some speed shit. And my there we go. Felt a wonky fun. SimSpeed is going crazy because this grid is huge, and I'm pretty sure every time I add blocks to it, it has to recalculate like the physics shit. So it went down to 0.82. And then it just goes back up. Oh. Unless if something's going on and my computer's going really slow. It's not too bad, 0.95. Like, it slows down a little bit as you fly close to, like, production blocks, and there's a lot of production. So that's actually very good performance, considering. Jasper, you have barely any food left, and I was hoping to give it to you at 10 o'clock, and it'll be good. Crazy. Okay, I should get to... Yeah, my back's not bothering me too much. Knock on wood, hopefully it stays that way. I'm gonna turn on some... What the hell? I could have sworn it was Google before. Something... I wonder if it's a Samsung... Oh, maybe it's my widget that tells me the weather. Google keeps telling me the weather in Fahrenheit, and I'm Canadian, and the rest of the world uses metric because of science. My main weather app that, like, if I want detailed weather, like, I go into the app, it's an opposite. So it's lazy. Change Google. I really don't even want the notifications popping up in the first place. Well, before I turn on my music and mute you, and mute me or you for my stream, I just want to bask in the glory of my doors. Goes 0.87. Oh, 0.72 seems. It'd be funny, like I'll be like playing on the server. Maybe someday I'll have like other people on it. Sim speed will be fine. All of a sudden it'll drop. Be like, did you just open your hangar doors? Like, no. Yes. I totally. Oh, 0.5. It went down to 0.5. Look at this shit. I probably should give my computer a restart too. At least resting, it goes up to 1. That's what I would care about. Wait till I have more. I need 6 more. I'm thinking maybe of like getting rid of extra doors just to help the performance. It seems fine when they're not moving. And these doors, these would actually, the hinges. It doesn't matter if they're open or closed. It's going to be the same performance either way. But these pistons, I'm sure exactly like when I had like this huge face here was a piston. I think more than half of the top was where the door retracted into, and it needed 6 pistons. This uses 2, and so like when the door extended and it stayed extended, my sim speed would go down to 0.7, and it would stay at 0.7 because when you have 6 pistons all attached to each other, when they're retracted, they're physics wise they're very easy to deal with, but when they're extended, that's when they get funky. So rotors, or sorry, hinges. I am so fucking happy that I have them. So yeah, I don't know, but these are extended, and but the way this door works is, I think it's going to be a little bit less wonky because like gravity will obviously it works very well because when it pushes, it stops. And it was the same with the top-down hangar door. It would lower it, but it's like the pistons are pushing, they're exerting, but they don't really need to because of the weight. But it would still stop like that. But when it retracted, it would bounce. It's pulling it up, but it was so heavy, and the pistons had a little bit of give. Even if like I increased the force they'd pull up at, with speed or whatever, it would still bounce, but not these benefits. And they don't seem to affect the sim speed much. Oh, it went down to 0.7 a little bit there. See, they're bouncing a little bit. But they very quickly come to a stop because of gravity. Like if I do control T. Oh, what's going on here? I'm moving, but they're not, and I should be matching. Interesting. Doesn't matter though, because like when you look at them, they're still. I don't really need to match my dampener. Oh, look at this one. It's actually wigging and wiggling in relation to the tower, and yes, that's it. What about this one? That's not too bad. The sim speed's like 0.91, or it just dropped there a little bit. My whole computer's due for a restart. I should probably do that and restart the screen. Let's close these bad boys. They didn't really seem to hurt the sim speed too much before. Okay, I'm gonna restart the computer while I throw on some music, so I'll come back. It will probably be separated into a different stream. I'm not gonna bother doing a little intro because I'm back and I want to maximize my time and productivity actually playing the game, get these doors done so I can get back to designing and engineering some fun stuff. So like the top here, I'm gonna take my time. I might like actually put it on hold and like go work on something else with it. Work on maybe making. I want to make it maybe a small ship that's sort of like Scout here, but make it hydrogen. I want something that's just for flying around. That's not like Goliath here. It's like a base. I want to fly it around. I want to like fly to Earth and just like fly, like just joyride. You know, this bad boy can only go to moons and asteroids and stuff. That's still beautiful. And I built it to look for asteroids. So I'm thinking maybe doing a server wipe at one point. I would have to find some new asteroids unless the seeds and the resources. See, I'll probably I could get a new seed. Yeah. So stay tuned. I shall return.